Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. My name's Amy Holmwood, and I'm really excited to be here with you today to talk about a business opportunity that I was introduced to 5.5 years ago, and to talk about some products and some science that is transforming the whole area of health and wellness. And I've been learning, more recently because of all the advancements and all the research in this area of a conversation that we're calling nutrigenomics and biohacking. And I'm going to talk a little bit about these two categories and why it's so important right now, from a business perspective, to be plugged into this wellness revolution that's kind of transforming the whole world. And we've been seeing it really speed up just in the last few years because of genetics and because of how the science around being able to test things in humans and DNA is making it possible for supplement companies to actually prove efficacy of the science that they have, which is not something that actually has been truthful in the past. So if you go and look up any of the supplements and products that you've been using, 75% of all Americans use some kind of multivitamin. Most of them are just buying things that doctors recommend, or they just see a lot of advertisements and think that that's going to be the right approach for health. And that's a very old model, and it hasn't been updated. And so this information really isn't getting out to people unless you're plugged into science and genetics. And because I've had some health conditions, and I think a lot of you guys have heard about that, had Lyme disease for over 20 years, and it just put me in a position to have to learn about all this stuff and get into the genetics of my own DNA, and to figure out, what can I do to get better using plants and nutrition as medicine, because there's nothing that can cure today. And if it's something that's exciting to you, get in touch with the person that shared this with you. We're going to be doing these types of events, pretty much a couple times a week. Things are speeding up now in our company. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that and why it's so important to be able to plug into this movement from a business perspective too. So what we're really talking about is the power of you, the power of each of us as a foot soldier of this information. What can we do once we know about this? When I heard about this 5.5 years ago, I really couldn't sleep at night. I was so, I was just so captivated with this. It literally kept me up at night because I hadn't heard of it anywhere before. And I was like, how come my doctors from Yale and Harvard haven't told me anything about this? And a friend of mine had to share it with me. So just know that not everybody who's really smart in the world that are science people know about this stuff. So the fact that you're hearing this from a financial advisor, don't be concerned about that. I'm going to give you some places to do research, and also just hopefully give you some belief that this is something that's really transformative. The first thing I want to do is I want to share an ABC News report that kind of sets the stage for this company and this product line. And there's a lot more that has happened since this, but I want to start off with this for those of you who haven't seen this yet. This is from John Quinones, a 7-time Emmy Award-winning investigative reporter who is trying to debunk this product.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility. A potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Dr. McCord, okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist. This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Can scoop? Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. We all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
As it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me? Well, perhaps. It turns out there is some other promising evidence that seems to back up Dr. McCord's findings.
That evidence comes from mice that have been genetically engineered to produce more catalase, one of the enzymes that Protandim increases. The researcher, Dr. Douglas Wallace of the University of California at Irvine, says it had a remarkable effect.
We found that they lived, in fact, about 20% longer, which is about a fifth of a lifespan.
He believes that with better techniques, human lifespan can eventually be extended too.
We might be able to increase the lifespan of a mammal by 50%. And of course, if that was a human being, then that might be in the order of 130 to 150 years.
The scientific evidence is there. The pieces seem to make sense. The question is, does this translate into something that humans can take advantage of?
So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic.
There's a huge human experience with each of these ingredients. They've been used often in traditional medicine in India and China and many other cultures, in some cases centuries and centuries.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression.
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company.
Are you saying that this could be a cure-all?
You're looking at something that will have a small impact, but an important impact.
We make no claims about curing any disease or preventing any disease. We hope that when enough studies are done, perhaps such claims might be able to be made in the future.
Clinical studies to assess Protandim in both diabetes and heart disease should start in 3 to 4 months. But what about everyone's old nemesis, aging itself? Well, it's all about balance between the good antioxidants and those toxic free radicals.
If we can tip that back, we may reduce some of the bad side effects of aging. Why my skin is different than that of a baby, for example. That's a very obvious part of the aging process.
Orbits prevent wrinkles?
But you don't want to make false claims.
Sure.
But the could it produce wrinkles? It's always possible.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
I didn't start the recording, so I'm just going to start a little bit here. Oh, actually, the recording is on. Oh, great. Okay, super. I didn't think I did that. Terrific. So I want to get into the nutrigenomics conversation because this is really what was so captivating to me. So nutrigenomics is where you're looking at plants and dietary components that can change the expression of your genes. Your genes are your blueprint, your DNA that you have inherited from your ancestors. And only 2 to 3% of that is coded. And so literally now with science, there's proof that everything you're eating can actually change the expression of your genes in a good way or a bad way. So when you think about all the diseases and what seems to be just this overabundance of people with cancer at all these different younger ages than there ever used to be, it's because of the gene expression is being changed in such a way that it's mutating because of this oxidative stress condition that John Quinones was talking about. And so now we know that a lot of the foods and the toxins in our society really are mutating our DNA through this nutrigenomics situation that's going on in the body, minute to minute. We can change this through what's called biohacking. We're looking at our biology, and we're actually hacking the computer system, the blueprint, to make it more effective, more efficient, to be a higher performing blueprint. And that can be done through foods, plants, exercise, the amount of stress that's in your life, meditation, whether you're happily married and have a happy life, joy in your life, all those things can actually change the expression of your genes and hack your DNA. So when you think about what you do in your daily life, part of this shift I was making to get better was de-stressing my life. And I was biohacking a long time ago, didn't really know that word, by using food and supplements to heal my body. And so for years I was taking 20 to 30 to 40 to 50, depending on how bad I was, with my Lyme disease, on a daily basis, supplements, pills, piles and piles of pills every day. And I wasn't getting to 100% health. So, but I was biohacking through food as medicine and through plants as medicine and supplements as medicine, which is what John Quinones talked about, the difference between antioxidants in the body versus outside the body, which is what we're talking about with biohacking. We're actually talking about changing the antioxidants inside the body. And I'm going to explain that to you in a minute. LifeVantage is at the forefront of this. This is a company that I've been working with for 5.5 years. It's a leader in this market, and it really stumbled on this early on in the sector. So when you go to supplement stores or you go online, you're not seeing a category that's called nutrigenomics. You're not seeing a Nerve2 activation category. I'm going to talk to you guys about Nerve2 activation. You're not seeing activation products being marketed that way. So this is kind of a first to market. There are some other products that are starting to move in this direction. They don't have as much science because they haven't been out as long. So we're really way ahead of the curve. We're now at 208 million in sales. And we also have more evidence that oxidative stress, which is the rusting inside the body, which is what, again, was in that ABC News report, that oxidative stress that's built up in the cell. There's now hundreds of thousands of studies that are on oxidative stress and how it relates to other diseases. And you can just click on this link, pubmed.gov. I'm just going to show this to you. Okay, I guess I won't right now. But you can go to pubmed.gov and put in oxidative stress. So if you have any diseases or health conditions that you're wondering if it's attached to oxidative stress, you can look that up. It's a public database. It's the largest research database in the world of peer-reviewed published studies. You'll also find our little yellow pill product on there, Protandim, Protandim, and you'll be able to do some research on that. There's 23 peer-reviewed published studies on that, and you'll see some of the universities that have studied Protandim as well. This is the most studied supplement in the world to date. If there's something else out there that you guys have seen that has this kind of research, I would love to know about it. Send me an email to amyholmwood@gmail.com or text me at 240-388-7956. I'm absolutely interested in all of this stuff. Want to share information with everybody. We know right now we have something really, really special because oxidative stress is the root cause of over 200 diseases in the body. If we can turn that heat down in the body, we've got something. And all of these universities have validated that that's what our little yellow pill is doing. So when I saw this, I got pretty excited. I've been a financial advisor. I've been in the insurance industry. I've been in an industry where I was helping people with their wealth, preserve their wealth. I was also seeing major shifts going on in the economy around the way my clients are doing business. I retired at age 50, so that was about 6 years ago. And one of the reasons I stepped away from my business, I wasn't retired permanently. I just financially did well enough that I could take time off to be at home with my son, who was 12 at the time. But I also saw major changes in the world of business. And I wasn't in a business where I was utilizing technology, where I was able to tap into exponential growth technologies at all. It was me across from a client. And if I wasn't there, there wasn't anybody else that could take my place. And I was kind of painted myself into a corner. And I looked at this business opportunity. I thought, my gosh, if I could get involved in the sector of wellness, which is the largest economic trend in world history, and I knew that because I've been studying this for a while, I could see myself being able to help thousands of people that I would never even have to meet just by sharing information. The way that Amazon gets business online, the way that Airbnb has all technology-based business where entrepreneurs who have a house can rent their home and make some extra money. Uber, where entrepreneurs can get in a car and we as a consumer can click on an app and just order a car without having to talk to anybody. Like, that is a huge type of a business model that is getting bigger and bigger. And these are the companies that are going to $1 billion because they're able to touch hundreds of millions of people around the world. Why not be in a business like that with this type of a product that everybody needs, and everyone's going to be taking something like this at some point. 75% of the population uses multivitamins. and they're not effective. The science is proving out that they don't do anything unless you have a major deficiency, and most of them are really riddled with a lot of garbage. Actually, there's just not good products, and there are a lot of good products, but the ones that are just sitting on the shelves, like, I'm not going to mention their names, but you know, there's a lot of big vitamin companies out there, and there's a lot of food coloring, titanium and dioxide, and metals and stuff like that. They're just not good. So I'm talking about a business right here where people are going to want a product like this. We don't have to worry about overhead. We don't have to spend a lot of money getting our business started. I didn't want to have employees again. That wasn't something that I was looking for. I had 25 employees. I still have that. My husband runs the business. So this is a really unique situation to be in something called social commerce. This is where meeting the needs of customers, and networks of entrepreneurs, which are distributors coming together to share information online and also through their networks of friends. And however you network, there's just a lot of different ways to do this: face-to-face, coffee shop, online, etc. And we're using all of those. Our company is very unique because we have so much science that we've been really careful the way we've been marketing online, because we have to be very, very hyper vigilant about protecting the company. We are a publicly traded company. The ticker symbol is LFVN. And that's a super important thing to protect this company from people making disease claims. So we've been a little cautious about online marketing, but now we're starting to be able to use that. So it's kept our company kind of small, believe it or not, even though we do 200 million, and 140 million is on that little yellow pill. So we're disrupting the antioxidant sector, and that is a really kind of a cool word right now that's being thrown around quite a bit. We're changing, radically changing the antioxidant, the supplement sector. We're changing permanently what used to be what people believed was truth, which was taking antioxidants, and we're showing that activators are much, much more powerful and safer. And so this is going to change the supplement industry forever. And so through LifeVantage, we have a really unique situation because we have 26 peer-reviewed studies. 23 are on pubmed.gov, which is this link right here. We initially were sold through pharmacies. So we have a really different story than most companies that are in direct sales that have the ability for people like me to make money at this. Most of those companies didn't start out in pharmacies and in retail. Most of them start out in direct sales. So we had some time in stores to see what was going to work for us. And that wasn't the best business model, because word of mouth advertising is absolutely the best. People didn't know what a Nerve2 activator was sitting on a shelf at CVS or GNC. So it was very, it was moderately successful at $3.5 to $4 million a year in sales, but the company was spending more than that to make the product. So they were losing $4 million a year in profits. And so they unfortunately had to almost go out of business. And then they changed their business model, looking at trends, looking what was going on, the way people are buying things on Amazon, and said, you know what, we need to just change our model completely. And since then, we've grown by leaps and bounds, but we're still this little quiet giant out there. We have 6 patents to protect our formula. We're going international right now with 9 in 9 countries. We're about to open China. We have new categories of product that nobody knows about yet. That we don't have any competition. No saturation in the market. A proven system to build this, where we all work together as a team. Experienced management team with over 30 years experience. Our CFO, Chief Sales Officer, everybody's been in the largest network marketing companies. Our whole leadership team has been hugely successful. And they're a fairly new team. Again, because we are public, we bring in people that are going to get us to where we need to go, which is to hit $1 billion within the next 5 years. So this is very, very special opportunity because we're only at 200 million. And no market saturation. So here's the categories that we're in. We have started to develop some more products, which is really important because the one Nerve2 activation Protandim product is what reduces oxidative stress, but there are other things within the body that are helpful once we get the oxidative stress reduced, that we can actually do more biohacking at the DNA level. And I'm going to talk to you about some of those. But this is a huge sector. The wellness and anti-aging, actually it's 600 billion. It just got doubled like in the last 2 months, according to ABC News, just did a whole expose on this because of genetics, and also pharmaceutical products that are being developed to change gene expression. We also have weight loss products that are unbelievable. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. Very unique products in that market. We also have the same Nerve2 activation, just like you saw in that video, to preserve the skin. Very special products that no competition in that market. And the skincare market's huge, has a tremendous amount of competition, but with what we have, we don't have any. And then we have energy and focus products that are just timely to our company because people are looking for solutions to focus and, being more able to de-stress, less anxiety, but staying more focused. And so where our company is right now is, again, like I said, we're doing about 208 million. We're still at the formulation, just past that formulation and pioneering phase of our company. And so once we hit critical mass, which will be about 300 million in sales, we're at about 140 million of right now in Protandim, but I'm going to share with you something we just added to our line that is going to blow the doors off the company. And it's really exciting. I'm going to show you some a new way we packaged our products. But now we can look to other companies and say, what happened to Herbalife? What happened to Nu Skin? What were those companies doing when they were around where we are right now? And how did they get to $1 billion? Like, what happened in their growth trajectory? So we're comparing ourselves to Nu Skin right now. And you can see at the top of the page, where Nu Skin in 1989 had been doing about 4 million a month. In today's dollars, that equates to around 8 million when you look at inflation. We're at now around 12, 15 million a month in our company. We've been in business in network marketing now for 8.5 years. We started out slow, and now we're sort of we're at this at a level right now for about 3 years. And so this is what happens when companies kind of level out and then they start to take off again. So I can get into deeper with you on this at some point, and I'd actually like to, because this is really interesting to see when this exponential growth hits. We're just getting to the precipice of that, where 80% of the growth is going to take off. We know it's going to happen, and we're a financially stable company. We have very low debt. We have 200 employees. We are, a solid company. We don't have any risk associated with our company. Where a lot of startup companies, there's a tremendous amount of risk that they could go out of business. We don't have that. We only have about 65,000 distributors worldwide right now, and 135,000 are needed for anyone to even know who we are. So we're still halfway there. And so when you see what happened to Nu Skin, within 2 years after they hit momentum, they were doing 52 million a month in sales. This is kind of where we see ourselves headed in the next year or two. So this is something that you want to pay attention to if you are thinking that maybe there's another way that you could be making some money for your family. A lot of people need additional streams of income. We're in the gig economy, and that's basically based on how many gigs people have, how many jobs. Most people have more than one job now, or the mother and the father, if they're together, are both working. This is the economy that we live in today. You have to. There's not enough money to go around. So this is a way to help people. And I just hope you guys are open to that. I was, and it's changed my life totally. So this is our biohacking protocol. I'm going to walk through the products quickly. We have our Protandim, which was in that ABC News report. We have 2 kinds of Protandim. We have an omega fish oil for brain health. It also has vitamin D3. It's one of the cleanest fish oils I've ever seen. I think it is the cleanest. And I used to take a lot of fish oil. And the one way to find out how clean a fish oil is you put if it's in the little gel cap, put it in your mouth, suck on it a little bit, and then bite into it and see if it tastes like fish, because a lot of times it's very oxidized and it tastes terrible. Rancid fish oil, it's disgusting. That's not what you want. You want clean fish oil that doesn't have any flavor. And that's what you're going to find when you chew on a omega-3 that we have. So we also have a line of weight management, which is game-changing. The prices are amazing. I'll talk to you about that. We have a Pet Tandem product, which is our product for dogs. It's Nerve2 activation, reduces oxidative stress in animals. And then also we have that Nerve2 activation for the skin. And this is our biohacking protocol. We're looking at changing gene expression, turning down inflammatory genes in the body. That's the most important thing that a supplement should do. And ours is proven to do that. And I don't know what other ones are because I haven't seen any. Again, if you guys have science, send it to me. We also want to increase our mitochondrial production, because that is a whole area where when you have oxidative stress, it reduces mitochondrial DNA transcription. So the mitochondria, which is a little powerhouse of your cells, doesn't replicate properly, and it stops replicating, and then you just get exhausted all the time. And that's why people get tired. It's really important for your heart health and also for your brain health. And then we also want to go into our gut microbiome. So we have our probiotic, which is incredible. And so I'm going to talk to you guys about some of this stuff, and also the skincare line. So this is a very small line of products. We don't have a lot of things. We won't ever have a lot. We're just going to have the best stuff, and we're going to be able to get to $1 billion on biohacking stacks, which is what we're putting together, which is your NRF2 activation for reducing oxidative stress in humans, an average of 40% in 30 days. In mammals, we have human studies to prove that. We have cell studies, we have mouse studies, we have all kinds of different double-blind studies. We have a lot of different kinds of studies. Not very many of them were initiated and funded by the company, but this product, because of Dr. Joe McCord, who was the world-renowned molecular biologist that formulated Protandim that you saw in the news report, he was a very famous guy. So when he formulated something that had a human study attached to it that showed that it reduced oxidative stress, which is the root cause of disease in humans, the science community was very blown away by that. And that is why we have so much research right now. So this is something that nobody else has. Nobody else can say in front of the FDA that they have a product that reduces the root cause of cell aging by 40% in 30 days. It's just amazing. And these are the ingredients, which are very popular right now in all kinds of different supplements, and also in powders and things like that, even like brownies, ashwagandha muffins, bacopa, milk thistle supplements for liver health. All this stuff is huge right now, but you can't take these individually and get NRF2 activation and get that reducing oxidative stress the way the synergy of this combination works. And that's what got us patents. So you have to understand this is a chemical reaction between these ingredients. You can't just take these individually. So now what we found is once we got that oxidative stress under control, we now formulated something called an NRF1 activator. And that is for increasing and improving mitochondrial cell health and replication. So your body makes mitochondria. It's those little organelles inside the cell. It has its own DNA. It has its own blueprint inside the cell. It has its own, completely separate from your cell's blueprint, that tells it to turn on and off the machine to make more ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. That's what gives you the energy. So you really have to understand this is something completely different, and is something that we are the first to market with. And this mitochondrial dysfunction is one of the root cause of so many bizarre autoimmune diseases that are becoming an epidemic, between autism, fibromyalgia, lupus, Crohn's disease, the list goes on and on. I never heard of these diseases, irritable bowel syndrome. 30 years ago, you didn't hear about that. Now everybody has this stuff because of all the toxins in the food and the lack of nutrients in the food and the air pollution and the gut pollution in our stomach that is messing up our microbiome, which is also associated with mitochondrial dysfunction. So all of this stuff, you guys, is really a problem. We have an opportunity here to change everything with our own biohacking protocol. These are the ingredients in our NRF1 activator. They're amazing. We just changed out rhodiola rosea for N-acetylcysteine, I believe. So I will be, or L-carnitine. You'll be getting an email on that for those of you that are using this. For new people, I will give you that information. They actually improved the formula to make it even more powerful. So we're pretty pumped about that. The skincare, I just want you guys to see that when people use this in the clinical study, this is exactly the ingredients of Protandim with additional cruciferous vegetables added to it. 91% of the people that use this product for 56 days, they had no idea what it was, and they weren't taking the Protandim pill. They didn't know anything about Protandim or NRF2 activation. 91% they were going to use it, said they'd use it again and tell a friend about it. This is like, if you have 40% acceptance on something, that's like a total game changer. So really encourage you guys to try this. It has completely changed my skin. I had a lot of redness. I had rosacea. I had a lot of wrinkles, and it's been now 5 years I've been using this. We first only had one, just an anti-aging cream. We've now come out with a cleanser, an eye cream, and also like a toner. It's incredible. So I really encourage you guys to try this. One of the things that we do have that's very unique about this is it's proven to reduce something called thymine dimers in the skin, which are cell mutations from UV radiation, which all of us are getting when we're outside. And I really encourage people to get outside at least 15 minutes a day without any sunscreen on to be able to get that D vitamin that we need in our bodies. All of us need that as we're getting older. Kids need it too. But with this Nerve 2 Activation Cream, we're protecting our skin from the UV radiation, the dangerous rays that are coming in and causing cells to mutate. So this is something that this reduces cell mutations by a significant amount, 29% in thymine dimer immunostaining. So you can read this in the patents. I totally geeked out on this. This stuff's incredible. And I know there are companies that are just doing huge amounts of skincare, and that's awesome. But this is like skin healing the skin and protecting it from skin cancer, which runs in my family. And I know a lot of you guys have it too. And everybody, even if it doesn't run in your family, you have skin cancer mutations just from UV radiation and toxins. So here's the ingredients. How cool is it that it has cruciferous vegetables? How hot are those right now? Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, all that stuff is all part of the skincare, and also black pepper, which boosts the Nerve 2 activation in this. So very clean products, sulfate-free, paraben-free, formaldehyde-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, no benzenes, amazing stuff. And it's so inexpensive. It's ridiculous. It's like I was spending like 4 times as much on my regular skincare. So we also have a brain drink. Talked a little bit about this before to some folks, not on this webinar. My son has ADHD, repressive expressive learning disorder, and dyslexia. So we've been having challenges with him since he was in kindergarten with focus and attention. And so now he is doing so well. He's a senior in high school. He's getting straight A's in school, using the biohacking protocol between the Protandim Nerf 1 and Nerf 2, the Axio for his brain, which he has in the morning. He takes the Omega fish oil, and then he takes our probiotic, which I'm going to talk to you guys, and that's his protocol. And he doesn't have to take medication. He's just incredible. And this story is just, I can hear it every day from other people and other families. For all of us, it's incredible. So for those of you who like to have a little stimulation, there is some that have caffeine, but it's green tea extract, New Zealand pine bark, which is for brain. You can look that up online. It's called pycnogenol pine bark extract for focus and attention, for autism, for epilepsy. L-theanine, same thing, calms the nervous system, helps to focus. Quercetin, which is fermented version, which is the kind you want. The best type of quercetin, which is incredible for your brain, and DMAE, which supports the nervous system. And this is something that reduces anxiety. And our kids are like so anxious now. All of us are anxious. Like this is an epidemic. The #1 drug right now is Zoloft. Paxil and Zoloft, and what's it called? The other one, Prozac. Those are the top 10 are all those, mood and anti-anxiety drugs. Big epidemic. I think everyone knows somebody that's using them. Most of my friends all are, I'll be honest with you. A little bit anyway. I'm not, never used them. Sorry guys, I sold you out. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of blow through this really, really fast, but I wanted to get into the products because this is what we have to tell people about, guys. We've got these products that are just like changing my life and changing other people's lives. I'm just going to focus really on I'm going to quickly talk about our fat burn. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. We have 2 patented ingredients. We didn't come up with these. These are from companies that we buy the ingredients from to burn visceral fat in double-blind placebo-controlled studies. Tell me where you're finding double-blind placebo-controlled studies on your diet product. Jillian Michaels and all that stuff, they don't have any of that. This is proven to burn visceral fat, and that is the toxic fat that crowds your organs that makes you have a heart attack and die. Like women that have a belly, that is why they have heart conditions. It's because of visceral fat around their stomach and their organs. And it's very dangerous, and it also slows down your metabolism. So these 2 ingredients, green coffee bean extract and citrus fruit extract from the Mediterranean, non-GMO, totally clean, healthy products that are proven to burn visceral fat. And who doesn't want to burn that? And it's so inexpensive. It's like nothing to buy, and I'll show you the prices. We also have a beautiful protein. It's whey protein. We don't have a plant protein yet. We will soon. There's a short-term and long-term protein, very low in calories. It's grass-fed cows, no hormones or antibiotics. It's cold, the way it's processed, it's never heated, minimally processed whey protein. Beautiful, beautiful, 70 calories a serving, and incredible. Not a meal replacement. You can add other stuff to it. If you like whey protein, this is as good as it gets out there. Very reasonably priced. And then I want to talk about our probiotic, which is such an important part of our biohacking program. So the probiotic is the most important supplement right now besides NRF2 activator. That's just the way I look at it for gut microbiome health. I did have my microbiome tested through a company called Viome, which looks at the DNA, it looks at the composition of all the critters inside your gut. And it was perfectly healthy. I was so happy because it wasn't that way before. You guys have to understand, with Lyme disease, I'm taking so many supplements and they're really hard on your stomach. And also I had a lot of gut inflammation, just inflammation before I was taking Protandim. And then once I started Protandim, I was able to get rid of that. But I also had a lot of damage to my gut from all the antibiotics I've been taking my whole life. And also from the steroids. I was a severe asthmatic as a child. So I always had some issues with my stomach. So I want to talk to you guys about this and why it's so different. And I know that a lot of people are starting to take probiotics, and you should, and there's a lot of good ones out there. But we do have something unique because there's 2 things added that makes ours different and better than any that I've seen. And again, if you found one that's better, please let me know because I want to hear about it. We're using this stuff. If there was something better, guys, I would still be in this business with Protandim NRF2. But I'm telling you right now, I'd be taking something else if I could find something better. This is what I'm taking. There's 2 things in here. Besides having 6 billion culinary forming units, which isn't that much compared to other products, because we don't need as much, because 60% of ours gets down to the lower intestine where it needs to go. So BioTrack technology is a spray coating that goes on the round little ball, and they don't have to be refrigerated. And it's time releases it into through the stomach, through the mouth. It starts to hit the acid, doesn't disintegrate. It goes down into the stomach. It doesn't get eaten up by the acid. And then it ends up 60% or more going into the lower intestine, where the average is 5 to 8%. You guys can look that up. It's a scientific fact. BioTrack technology enables it to move down 60% to the lower intestine. And that is why we spend extra money to put this on our product. We also have something called Wellmune, and I posted something on Facebook about this today. It's a beta-glucan 1316. It's a brewer's yeast composition that is really good at boosting the immune system and helping with keeping the cells healthy and the body healthy from getting the flu and things like that. Or even when old people get sick and they go to the hospital with respiratory conditions. And with the flu season this year, there were a lot of respiratory conditions that were killing people. And Wellmune is proven to improve respiratory bacteria and any kind of viruses that are in the lungs. It's incredible. So like that alone is a reason that you should be taking this physique probiotic. So besides the fact that it works and gets where it's supposed to go, it's actually giving you the ability to protect your cells and your immune system, which is amazing. So without any extra cost associated with that. That's a $300 million research project. They have tons of peer-reviewed studies on that. So I really encourage you guys to take a look at this. We also have a cleanse that's used for 7 days, once a month, if you like to cleanse. And it's all natural dandelion root and beautiful herbs. There's no stimulants in it. And it's very inexpensive. It's $15 to use once a month. It's amazing. I use it every month and I love it. It reduces bloating. It just kind of cleans things out. You know, as much as we try to be healthy and clean, sometimes, you know, we just need a little bit of that. And so we also have the Protandim for dogs. I talked about that. So this also has double-blind placebo-controlled studies on 80 dogs that show that it improved joint mobility, it improved cognitive functioning, it improved joint health, and it reduced anxiety. The dogs were just happier and chilled out more, calmer. Amazing product. And we love to work with veterinary doctors. We also have a lot of physicians in the animal industry giving Protandim to horses, pigs, cows. We have people in the Amish community using this to have their cows have better milk, healthier cows. You know, the Amish community and the Mennonite community are very, very against any kind of toxins, and they're super careful with what they use in their animals because they want to give them the best for their own bodies to feed the best stuff when they eat and use their milk and make cheese and also eat the meat and sell it, which is the most wonderful meat you could ever find. Totally clean. Well, they give the protandum to cows. So I think that's really cool. So this is our line, guys. Here's the product pricing. What I don't have on here is our new stack that I want to show you guys really fast. I hope I have some. Oh, good idea. So what we have now is this stack that is what my daily protocol is. So this is our Protandem Nerf 1 and Nerf 2, our probiotic, and our Omega product. So you'll see the pills in there. It's so fresh. You can throw this right into your recycle bin. This is $151 a month to use this. And this is what I'm recommending. I was spending between $300 to $400 a month on supplements. I'm now using this, and I also use the Axia, which is $50. That's it right there, guys. Super simple, non-GMO, totally clean, no pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, food color, anything in any of our stuff. It's also, every lot is tested on all of our products, which most companies at minimum are usually, like, if they're really good, they're like 1 out of 10 lots. Some companies are 1 out of 100 lots testing for chemicals to make sure that they're, and also the efficacy of the ingredients. So I just wanted to show you guys that. This is what I'm recommending for people to get started with. And I would definitely encourage you guys to buy it this way, because you can just throw it in your purse, you can share it with friends, and you can show people what you're doing, and it's really wonderful versus the pills. So you'll see our pricing here. I can send these slides to anyone that wants them. So if people want to get involved in the business, they have an opportunity to do that through, I just want to check my text. Oh, good. Make sure everybody's doing good here. They have an opportunity to join us as a distributor. What I just showed you were pricing for becoming a customer. You can buy everything wholesale. You're seeing that wholesale price on here. The Protandem, for example, is $40 for the Nerf 2 activation Protandem. The Protandem Nerf 1 is $49, and if you buy the combo pack, it's $85 instead of $89. So they give you a little bit of a discount, but again, you're getting a little bit better of a discount too if you buy that stack. Anyway, in our skincare, $140, so for the whole line, amazing. But alternatively, you can join the business with us. And if you want to join the business, you can pick one of our packs. You can go to lifevantage.com and look at the shop tab, and you can start seeing some of these products there. There's a combination of what's inside the packs. Whoever invited you on can send you the link to their website, and you'll be able to see in more detail the distributor packs. These are very reasonably priced. They're actually a better discount the larger the pack that you get. And they also come with, if you want to start your business, some other benefits that will help you get your business started. I want to show you guys really quickly. Just look at the right side of the screen here. This is the average commission per rank in the company. So people that are in the first, when you get started, this is based on volume. This is why I love, it's based on leverage. So when you start your business, you're going to start sharing with customers, and you're going to start talking to your friends and family and colleagues about participating and having a extra income stream in their life. If they're interested in this, everything's based on volume. You're going to get paid on volume in your organization, 9 levels down. You're also going to get paid on further than that once you hit a certain rank, where you're just going to pay on all the volume. So Pro 1 is $1,000 a month in volume in your organization. So if somebody buys one of those platinum distributorships, that's 1,000 points, for example. You'd be a Pro 1. The average income monthly for someone that just has 1,000 a month in volume, it's around 10% of what your volume is on average. That just monthly check that just keeps coming in. And as you work your way up to Pro 2, 2,500 in volume, now it's around 250 in monthly income. So you just kind of work your way up this. So I was able to get to the Elite Pro 9 rank within about 3.5 years. And actually, this is a little outdated. It's around 40,000 a month in average earnings for distributors in that rank. And I'm just telling you guys, like, anyone that has been successful in other businesses, you can talk to about this, because this is real money. And I see a lot of people have been very successful in my group, in my organization, throughout the company. And what's so awesome is we're just starting to use social media to build our businesses. And that's why I'm so excited to be with you guys tonight, because we can show people how to do this using Facebook, Instagram, also doing webinars, YouTube channels, Vimeo, whatever technology, MailChimp, all this other stuff we can use to help you grow your business. So we do have a lot of different ways we get paid. I don't have enough time to go through all that with you. But basically you earn 40% when you enroll a new customer or a new distributor. So out of the gates, you can make a 40% commission on new enrollments. So it's super easy to figure out the math. Every product that you sell has a little bit of a different point system for commission purposes. So if it's 1,000 points, you're going to make $400. If it's 100 points, you're going to make $40. You just look at the point value. Most products are point for point what the cost is. So it's kind of easy, but just keep that in mind. The next way is through obviously enrolling distributors. They're going to have more points on those than just customer volume. So it's a great way to get your business started, jumpstart commissions, get your money back. And you'll see here, depending on what pack, you're going to earn a commission based on the points. The next thing is when people in your organization start enrolling people underneath, you're going to earn points for that too when you get to the rank of Pro 3, which is 5,000 a month in volume. So you can start earning extra bonuses, that are just going to be automatically coming in. They're these little bonuses on new enrollments. Totally awesome. We love that. So then what happens is the monthly orders start coming in from subscription enrollments, which is what people do when they buy this Vitality Stack for $151 a month. This is what people are buying. They're not just buying Protandim anymore, Nerf 1 and Nerf 2. They're buying this, they're buying Fat Burn, they're buying Axio, but this is what we want people to be using. This is how you're going to get the best results for everybody. So I really encourage you guys to try this. You're going to also have a much bigger business because your royalty commissions are going to come in every month based on your volume. And if people are doing a $40 bottle of Protandim versus $151, you're going to make a lot more money on that. And also they're going to get better benefits. So everyone's business is going to be like 3 to 4 times larger. So we're really excited. We just came out with these. So that's why the first time I'm marketing it this way, I just wanted you guys to see this is how companies explode when they start coming out with this type of a protocol. And ours is very special, as I just told you. So this kind of shows you the kind of income that can be coming in, you guys, every month as you build your organization. Everyone is at the top of their group when they get started. There's no advantage to being above or below. Where you start is where everyone starts at the beginning, and then they go from there. And I have like 52 levels down in my organization now with all the different groups that I have. But I started out just as myself, and then I added some distributors, and they started adding some people and customers. And when I looked at this chart, I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening in my business. So if you only had 5 people that you enrolled on your front line as business partners with you, that's all you needed to do. You really only have to have 3. The more you have, the more money you make, and the more people you help make money. When they start duplicating, and they order subscriptions every month because everybody's ordering product, the distributors and the customers. 80% of all our orders come from customers, but that 20% right here is all I'm looking at, you guys. This is just your core business right here. It's your business partners, and then those people's business partners. And we're all assuming that we're doing 200 of personal volume every month, which is our own Vitality Stack, and Axio right there is 200. That's just for one person. Okay, I have 3 people in my house. We're all using it, and a nanny who's using it. So I'm spending more than that, but I'm using it for everybody, which is awesome. And it's tax deductible, which is even better. So this is how you build your business, guys. There's a percentage that you get paid down in your business, 2% on your first level, 5 on your second, 9 on your third, 5, 5. It goes all the way down 9 levels. That you're going to see how wide this goes. If you have 5 people duplicating 5, that's 25. 25 people getting 5 is 125. People getting 5 is 625. And you're starting to see this is that monthly leveraged income is the efforts of what you're doing, and then thousands of other people that you've touched by sharing this information. It's leverage, it's Uber, it's the way that you're going to get into a social commerce business. There's like no other way to do it unless you go and invent some app or something, and it's expensive, or you write a book, or you are a singer and you get royalties from that. Not a lot of people are successful with that. This is a very unique way to be able to get income that comes in every month that's an asset. So when I look at the value of my LifeVantage business, I had to put that on a financial statement recently because we're updating some things. And I had to look at what my income is in a multiple of that in terms of the value of my business that I created in 5 years. And it was multi-million-dollar in value. Like if somebody bought it to get the cash flow from it, they would pay millions of dollars for that. And I did it, and it's in 5 years. So I don't know where else you're going to do that with a company that's not going to fall apart. It's not going out of business, guys. This thing is here to stay. So this is the check that's going to keep coming in every single month. So I compressed 25 years of my financial services business down to 5 that took me to build this, to create the same thing. and I'm actually helping more people. Before I wasn't helping as many people. Now I'm helping millions of people. I'm so psyched. So we also get bonuses when people start earning money in our business. The company matches it like a profit sharing plan. It says, hey, that person made $1,000 in your organization. I'm going to give you 10% of that. You're going to get $100, Amy, every single month. If they earn 1,000, you get 100. And it doesn't come out of their check. The company gives it to us. It's incredible. And it goes 5 levels down. So you see how it just pays 10% first and then 5, 5, 5 down. 5 levels, matches as wide as your business gets. There's a matching bonus. And then ultimately, we have global pools that once you get to 100,000 in volume a month in your organization, you're now starting to share in the worldwide bonus pool of 4% of total commissionable sales. The company puts into a pool and shares it between people doing between 100,000 up to over $1 million a month. And you can make extra bonuses from that, which is like incredible, because that's really where this is going to get huge as we build our business bigger. That's why you can talk to anyone about this, you guys. They also give you a car when you get to the Pro 7 rank, which is 100,000 a month. If you hold that for 9 months, they give you a Jeep, the title to it. You don't have any payments. I have a whole bunch of Jeeps in my team. We probably have 8 Jeeps. If you don't want the Jeep, they give you $25,000, which is kind of cool. Some people prefer that. The Jeep's actually more valuable, but they want more Jeeps, so they give you a little less if you take cash. And so I'm just going to quickly close by showing you guys that this is how we build our business. We have 4 pillars of a successful business, and this is what we work through with people. We don't just do drive-by signups. We get people involved. We educate them on our science. We educate them on how to get started in their business by using these 4 core principles. The blueprint, which is really our little business guide that everybody uses. And when you get started, it comes in your start kit. You'll get your blueprint. And we walk through that with you. It takes about an hour, writing down your goals, trying to create your list, and just developing a strategy for your business based on who you are and your personality. And then we tell you about the events that we're having. This is an event. We have events where we get together every 3 months. We have training events once a month, depending where you are in the country. So we want to plug into those. These are 4 core principles. If you follow, you'll be hugely successful in this business. Core habits. How many calls do I need to make? How many people should I be talking to? What kind of social media strategy should I be using? What do I do every day? If I only have an hour a day driving in my car to work, what should I be doing that hour? These are the things we're going to teach you. And then personal growth and leadership development, which is stuff like this, like training you on how to be a leader and talk to people, and reading books on leadership. And this is the best personal growth business that I've ever been involved in. I've never had a business that wasn't personal growth. Sales generally are. My insurance business was that way. But the training I've had here has been priceless. Like, it's the best training I've ever had for any business. So no matter what career you're in, you guys, you're going to get trained and you're going to grow, because you can only do as well as your personal growth is in your life right now in any business. So it's a real unique place to do personal growth while you're making money. Like, why not do that and make money at the same time and help other people? So this is essentially our first 30-day. We get people launched right away in their first 30 days. And this is our commitment to you. When we sign someone up, it's like giving birth to a child. We want to work with them. We want to handhold them. When they say go, we go. And we want to work with them based on what they can put into this and what their timeline is, because most people have other jobs. So we want to be considerate to where they are, but we also want to know exactly how they want to build their business, how much money they want to make, and then we tell them what that is and how to launch it in the first 30 days. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Obviously, I'm pretty excited about this. I think you can see that. If anyone has any questions or have comments, feel free to send me an email at Amy Holmwood, AMYHOLMWOOD, @gmail.com. Whoever invited you to this can connect us together if you want to hear more of my health story or any other questions that you guys might have about or concerns. The one thing I do want to show you really quickly is I want to show you how to do research, because a lot of people, when they look at this, they get really skeptical once they start looking at LifeVantage. Go to Google Scholar. So you want to go to it's called Google Scholar. Okay, I just looked that up, all right? And instead of just the first page of Google, most people, when they just Google something, and they don't think about the industry. This is the largest economic trend in world history, wellness, and there's just so much crap on the internet, and there's a lot of people that are trying to compete with us because we're doing 140 million on one product. That's like unheard of. just so you know. There's not very many companies that have one product that does that much. So you put in Protandim. Okay, you're just going to put it right in. Just put Protandim in there. I can just put Protandim and cancer. Okay, that was there. Now, we can't make any medical claims, but we do have cancer studies. You're going to see them. You can just go on and on. Oxidative stress and skin cancer. Like, this is where you want to do the research. This gets rid of all the pay-per-click bloggers. Google Scholar is the scholarly site for Google. It filters out all the crap on the internet. So most people don't know that. This is where you want to do your research. Obviously, we're not all physicians. We do have a lot of physicians in the business. So a lot of this stuff you may not be familiar with. The other place you want to go is you want to go to www.biohackingyourbody.com. Biohacking, BIOHACKING, your, Y-O-U-R, body, BODY.com. And you'll have all the studies on there, the ABC News report, and a lot of really good stuff. So I definitely encourage you guys to go take a look at that as well. So I just want to thank you for being with us today. I'm going to sign off. And again, whoever invited you on, please get back to them with how you feel about this, and we can get back together on the phone or on another webinar. Thank you so much.